Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix. And yeah, this is the full moon in Leo reading for the collective. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right. So all of the readings are up for February. The general readings are up, the love readings are up, and the money readings are up. Also, I will probably do a Valentine's Day collective reading. I'll probably end up doing that next weekend, I think. So, yeah. Trying to think what else. I did a reading, a regular collective reading, so you may want to check that out today. I'm doing this reading for the full moon, which is February the 5th. Also, there may be something of significance happening for you around March the 5th. So take that date, mark it down. I also probably do a money economy reading as well for the collective. Whatever you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy and tarot cards. Also, I'm doing an infinity cross reading where I use 2 oracle decks, 2 tarot decks, and I cross them, and then you have 4 cards in the heart of the matter. The surrounding cards are the other things related. Okay? So this will be kind of long. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm using the Gods and Titans deck for Oracle, and also the Goddesses and Sirens deck for Oracle. May I have the energy for the collective, for the full moon in Leo? May I have the energy for the collective, for the full moon in Leo? May I have the energy for the collective, for the full moon in Leo? Also, you will be getting a confidence boost over this full moon. Some of you may be taking justice into your own hands, which is starting to be in vogue now. It's sort of like that Thanos energy when he was first introduced into the MCU, where after Loki had lost in New York, and then they show a picture of Thanos grabbing the Infinity Gauntlet and putting it on, and then he says, fine, then I'll do it myself. Some of you might be in that energy where things are not moving the way that you would like them to move, and due to this confidence boost, you just feel like, okay, fine, then I'll do it myself. Some of you may have had issues before where the confidence wasn't there, and now it is. So that may make a difference. Some of you may be pursuing things where you weren't confident, and because you weren't, you didn't want to pursue this goal or this dream, but now you're just going to go for it. What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Thank you. What is it that the collective needs to hear? So some of you are definitely going to think outside the box. I love that this is at the heart of the matter. Zeus came out for the heart of the matter, leadership. Again, some of you may be taking leadership roles. That was discussed briefly. It sort of became the main energy in the previous reading. The title of that reading is Wear Your Crown with Honor. So you may want to check out that reading too. But now we're talking about the full moon in Leo. May I have another card, please? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Okay, 3. Jade Emperor comes out a lot. Okay, I'm going to put these back. One was Lu, which is about skill. The other one is Shiva, which is the destroyer. For some of you, some of your skills might be outdated. Let's say that you work in information technology and you know how to do certain code, but let's say you don't know Python or something else that may be used more. Like there's a new code that's being used more and you don't know how to do it yet. For some of you, you may need to focus on that skill, and I'm just using that as an example, on that skill and upgrading your skills to help you. Also, something is saying to me, being in a leadership role, upgrading your skills will help solidify your credibility as a leader. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right, bottom of the deck is Ganesha, obstacles, Well, I was listening to a song by the singer called Inez. I can't remember her last name, but it was a good song. It was a gospel song, old school gospel. And she was talking, the name of the song is Lord, Don't Move the Mountain. Is the name of the song. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the song. Lord, Don't Move the Mountain. And when she sings, she's saying, Lord, don't move the mountain. Just give me the strength to climb it. So for some of you, that might be the thing with the obstacles. It isn't that you don't want the obstacles, because again, obstacles help you grow. As you go through challenges and changes and things like that, that's part of the growth cycle, is what that is. So it may be a thing of, okay, well, don't remove the obstacles, just give me the strength to get through the obstacles, is what you're looking for. And strength did come out in the pre-shuffle too, by the way. So, first card that came out is Vulcan. This is inventiveness. So this is my think outside the box card. Also, for some of you, you are creating something. It could be an idea in the sense of, oh, you're writing a book. Or, oh, you're coming up with a new recipe for children, for them to eat certain foods. Or maybe a certain diet thing. For others of you, you may be coming out with some type of invention. Also, be careful who you tell your inventions to. It's okay to be enthusiastic about things. Just be mindful of the environments that you're in when giving out the information. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But inventiveness is almost like there may be something, an obstacle or a situation that you're in that may require you to create something to get you out of that situation. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Now, on the other side of this, you have the Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor is all about organization. This card comes out a lot. As a leader, you have to be organized. And the Jade Emperor was one of the gods that they went to, the other gods went to, because the Jade Emperor was so good at organization. So when it comes to keeping track of things, that was the Jade Emperor. Also, something is saying to me, for some of you, you may need, because you're Zeus, which these are two different, mythologies. These are different mythologies and stuff. So, but with Zeus being here saying that's leadership and organization, for some of you, because it could be two different things. For some of you, it's saying that you need to embody the Jade Emperor while you are in this leadership role. For others of you, it is saying that you need to find a Jade Emperor that can help support you in your role so you don't have to do everything by yourself. So keep that in mind too. Regardless, organization will be key to maintaining a strong leadership role, is what this is saying. And I feel, especially with the energy of Zeus, that you're ready for anything. One of the energies that I've been getting from this Leo moon, there's this old rap song. I listen to everything. I listen to gospel, I listen to rap, I listen to country, I listen to opera. You name it, I probably listen to it. But there's this old rap song by Mia X, and she was with Master P. If you're familiar with Master P, she was part of his crew. And the name of the song is You Don't Want to Go to War, but really the chorus is you don't want to go to war with a soldier. Because clearly soldiers are built for war. So if you go to war, you don't want to go to war with a soldier. So that's the thing. And basically they're saying that they're built for this. So when it comes to rapping and stuff, it's like, okay, you want to rap against us? We're all soldiers over here. We're built for this. Are you sure you want to do that? And that's the thing. I feel that for some people with this new confidence boost that they're going to get, and some of them already have a confidence boost going on as well, depending on where the planets are at and all that stuff, and where the energy is at in the universe. But this particular moon, I honestly feel there are people in the energy of you don't want to go to war with a soldier, where it's like, okay, if you want to, fine, we can do it, bring it. Where they don't care. Again, I feel like some people may be taking justice into their own hands, where maybe they were not as confrontational because they didn't want the confrontation, but now they may be in the energy of, you know what, let's do it. Because don't forget, Mars has went direct now. All of the planets have pretty much gone direct now. And to my understanding, they're supposed to be direct for the next 3 months. So everyone is sort of like woman, thou art loosed or whatever. Or either man, thou art loosed or whoever. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, the weights have come off. The gloves have come off. Now it's time to step up. I feel that a lot of people will be doing that. Some people will be seeking out leadership roles, is what they will be doing. Some people may feel like that they should be in a leadership role because they feel they're capable of being a leader. And then because of that, they may start to step up. So keep that in mind too. But the energy is that I've been picking up is that you don't want to go to war with the soldier. So let's go ahead and get the rest of this. Whew. May I have the energy for the collective, for the full moon in Leo? May I have the energy for the collective, for the full moon in Leo? Energy for the collective, for the full moon in Leo. What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? May I have some cards, please? Thank you. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. May I have another card, please? Thank you. All right. Bottom of the deck. Lakshmi. Prosperity. So prosperity is here. Even though, because on the bottom of this deck with the gods and titans, even though you may have obstacles, this one is saying that prosperity is in front of you. Now, first card that came out is Katish, which is about pleasure. Now, for some of you, maybe it's been a while since you have indulged in what brings you pleasure, whether it is pleasure of a physical nature. It doesn't necessarily have to be sexual. You can find pleasure in playing tennis and stuff. You know, it's wherever you can get those endorphins. Or have you been to the beach? Has it been a while since you've been to the beach and you love the beach? You get pleasure from being at the beach? Do you find pleasure in sitting down and reading a good book? Where do you find your pleasure at? And have you been neglecting yourself of pleasure? Have you been so caught up in being a leader or so focused on the goals and everything else that you have been neglecting the pleasures of life? That's something for you to think about. You know better than me. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. On the other side of this, you have Bodhika, which is about unity, sticking together, working with others. There's no I in team, even though there's an M and an E. But yeah, there's no I in team. For some of the things that you're looking to accomplish, going back to the Jade Emperor, it's going to take organization and teamwork. As they say, teamwork makes the dream work. And in order to be the best leader you can be, there has to be room to work with others. Now, not everything is a democracy. Leaders are a leader for a reason. However, there are situations where you need to get feedback from the group to see, okay, what direction do we want to take this in? Because as the saying goes, feedback is a gift. And every leader should be open to feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. Now, I want to read Nuit with expansiveness, because that particular one, I always get mixed up for whatever reason. Don't know why, I just do. All right, so I'm going to read parts of this because it's kind of long. It says, it's time to think big. You are a star in your own right. There are unlimited possibilities. Don't forget, again, prosperity was at the bottom of the deck. So, and then Baba Yaga is under prosperity, and it says authenticity. You need to make sure, in order for people to respect you, you have to be authentic with the people that you are leading. For the people, if you're taking a spotlight role where you're being moved to the front and you have to be the communicator to the masses, you have to be authentic too, to be this leader. Now, with Nuit also at the heart of the matter with Zeus, this is saying a leader doesn't think small. A leader thinks big. And for Nuit, it's also saying it is fine not to know every detail before proceeding. Mystery is a natural part of life. And I'll read this first paragraph here. Nuit's energy is as wide as the sky, as big as the universe, and as bright as a star. Within the Egyptian pantheon, Nuit played the role of a sky goddess. The celestial heavens were her body, and below her, in a mirror image, lay her brother, the earth god, Geb. So, there's no limit on what you can do. The only limits that are on you are the ones you place on yourself. And also, as a leader, the reason you have to think big is because you have to inspire. That is what leaders do. Leaders inspire people. And you definitely want to do that. So, keep these things in mind. You can't play small. You have to think big. And also, you have to be inventive. And don't be hesitant to work with others. If someone has a good idea and they bring it to you as a leader, don't be afraid to work with them. Don't be afraid to push their idea forward. Because if it does well, it helps everyone. Don't be insecure about what other people bring to the table. Be confident that you are the leader. You're the leader for a reason. All right, now it's time to clarify these with the tarot cards. Let's get started with that. I'm using the Runic Tarot, which is like Viking tarot deck. So I'm using Runic Tarot to clarify. Also, I'm using the Starman tarot deck. All right. Can we clarify the cards on the table? Can we clarify the cards on the table? I want to hit this again. There we go. I had to hear the ring. I like to hear the ring. All right. Can we clarify the cards on the table? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective, something's telling me to take this card, I'll set it here, needs to hear? Come through. What? Okay, this is so crazy. I kid you not. Something told me, because for those who have been my Firebirds, you know, when I work with these cards and things like that, I go by what I hear and what's seen when I'm shuffling and this and that. Like if something reaches out to me, it's like, oh, okay. Something told me to take this card, which is the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. Going back to the prosperity. But the reason this is the kicker, when I was doing the pre-shuffle and I lay my cards in separate columns and I was doing 8 columns. So I would take them, put them down, shuffle, whatever. When I set this card down, it was spinning around on the table. And I'm just like, okay, let me look at this card. And it was this 9 of Cups. So as I was shuffling, something told me to take the card, lift it up, 9 of Cups. So wish fulfillment is coming in. Water energy is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You can have that in your chart. You could be one, or you could be working with someone who is that sign or has it in their chart. So yeah, 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. So again, prosperity is in front of you. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. This thing flipped over. You see it? How it's right here. Also, what else I noticed is conflict, too. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Wands. So yeah, some people may not like you in this leadership role. 10 of Wands at the heart of the matter. But honestly, it's not going to matter. Something is saying delegating will be very beneficial to you. Especially with the 10 of Wands. Like, you may be taking on a lot of work, but that's going to change because this is at the end of a cycle. So for some of you who are already in leadership positions, you may have been working hard, but now that's going to be removed. And I feel those things may be delegated to other people. It is what may happen. Also, something is saying to me that some of you had to work hard, 10 of Wands, to get to the leadership position, where this may be something happening in the future. And your hard work, 10 of Wands, is going to give you expansion and a leadership position with Nui and Zeus. Is what it's going to give you because of your hard work. This is why you're receiving a leadership position. Because of your hard work. This is why your role is expanding. All right, let me take another card right quick. May I have another card, please? Okay, that almost came out. Thank you. Now that's more obvious. Princess of Pentacles. I said Princess. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. So definitely somebody starting something new. You may be starting a new position in a new department. Maybe a new job altogether. But you're having to learn something new. Some of you might be going back to college, because that came out in the other reading. So some of you might be going back to college, because Page of Pentacles can be going back to college. Pentacles deal with the 3D. Pentacles is earth energy. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. It's all about being grounded. It is about everything around you related to life. So it can be about your job. It can be about your home. It can be about your money. Clearly, that's the first thing people think about with Pentacles. It can be about your health, too. You could be starting a new fitness routine. Something like that. But Pentacles is about the 3D. For some of you, this new leadership role that you have, you may be going into the position of something totally different from what you've done before. And because it's totally different from what you've done before, you need to learn it. So it's kind of like you're starting over in a way. But you're still in a leadership position. You have autonomy, is what you have. You have the ability to make decisions. You are empowered to do what needs to be done. All right, bottom of the deck, come on through. The Hierophant. Yeah, somebody's definitely going back to school. Hierophant can be about institutions. Hierophant can also be about leadership. Some of you could be a counselor. Also, I heard some of you are going into HR. In the sense of you might become like director of HR or maybe head of the HR department or something involving human resources. Some of you may be doing a career in human resources. That might be why you're going back to school too. If you're going back to school for that. Doesn't have to be that. Could be something else. But yeah, I feel for some of you, you're going into human resources. For others of you, this is just more of a commitment, is what this is. Hierophant is Taurus energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Taurus. I will say that with the leader and the commitment, this may be a promotion. And it may be long overdue. Especially with the Ten of Wands here. This may be a promotion that's long overdue. But with the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, it lets me know there's some type of commitment, there's some type of respect, there's some type of decorum, and also there's some type of faith or trust. I'm getting faith and trust in whatever this is. And that may be for you. Where like the people in this position, even though you're new to the position itself, maybe you're not new to the industry or something like that. You know how it's like somebody is the CEO, I'm just making something up. Someone's the CEO of General Motors, but then they leave General Motors and go become the CEO of Ford. It's two different brands, but they're still dealing with cars. Maybe different companies, and things may be different with their process and procedures and their engineers and this and that over at Ford, but you still have some type of foundation because you were the CEO of GM. I feel there is a similarity here when it comes to that for some people, obviously not all, where somebody may have a foundation already from this new position they're going into, but they're not fully, they haven't fully mastered it yet, is what it is. Also, for some of you, I feel like this is you getting a job right out of college, and you may find yourself in a leadership role, but you don't have the experience, you only have the degree and the knowledge and the information, if that makes sense. So now you have to pretty much put in the hard work to prove yourself. But the thing is, with this energy, you are up for it. Anybody who has to put in hard work, they are up for it right now. Again, you don't want to go to war with the soldier. I feel like we have a lot of people in soldier energy right now. So, yeah. Okay. Let's get to the final deck, which is the Starman deck. Take that one right quick. Can we clarify the cards on the table? Can we clarify the cards on the table? Interesting. Two of Pentacles when I split the deck. So could be juggling. Also could be having two jobs as well. Maybe you work at one job in the morning and have a nighttime job or something like that, like a part-time job, or you have a part-time job on the side. That could be going on. That could also be related to the hard work with the Ten of Wands. Two. Can we clarify the cards on the table? And I'm trying to get my hand on these cards. Usually I don't have this issue. Let's see. That might be a thing too, where some of you are trying to get a handle on whatever your responsibilities are too. So you're going through the growing pains, or you will be going through the growing pains. All right. What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Oh, I like that. That's more commitment. Four of Wands, similar to the Hierophant energy. Now, I'm telling you now, with the, and this isn't a love reading, but with the Hierophant out and the Four of Wands coming out, both at the bottom of the deck right now, for some of you, there's marriage in your future, but you don't see it. And I feel the, I want to say the Tower card showed up in the pre-shuffle. Some of you are going to be shocked when it comes to weddings. Now, others of you may be shocked when you get offered this position. And again, it's commitment, because don't forget, Four of Wands is about celebration. It's about commitment. It's also about upgrade. Four of Wands can be about recognition as well. Two, I heard job well done. I literally just heard that in my head. I heard job well done. All right. May I have some cards, please? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Can we clarify the cards? Okay, this one seems like it wants to come out, so we're taking it. Woo, good Lord. 5 of Wands, again. So, and 5 of Wands has been coming out a lot. 5 of Wands and 5 of Swords in people's readings. But I feel the conflict is going to be behind you. There may be some, oh, I can't believe such and such got that position, or oh, I can't believe such and such got the new house, or oh, I can't believe such and such got the new car, or oh, I can't believe such and such is on TV, or oh, I can't believe such and such got themselves a good looking man or a good looking woman, or oh, I can't believe such and such, whatever. All of that isn't going to matter because I feel like you're going to fly above all of that, is what I feel. So, may I have some more cards, please? Ooh, these both went in different directions. And this was probably reversed. No, it's not. Interesting. You know what? The World card was at the bottom of the deck when I did the shuffle for the Runic Tarot deck. And now the World card is coming out. I thought it was reversed, but it came out in the upright. It came out in the heart of the matter. This is a completion. Again, I really feel your hard work paid off and that you learned a lesson. And the World card is fixed energy, which is Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. It's fixed energy. But the thing about the World card, just like the Wheel of Fortune is fixed energy, the Wheel of Fortune is still Jupiter energy, which is about expansion. The World card is fixed energy, but the World card is Saturn energy, which is Capricorn's planet, which is about discipline. Saturn is about discipline and structure. And also, Saturn is the epitome of it is what it is. And I feel a lesson has been learned. And one thing I just heard is that you're unapologetic. So for those who may have something to say about your ascension, because that's what the World card is about, meaning that you've learned the lesson. So you're being upgraded, you're graduating, you're taking center stage, you're receiving attention. I feel you're unapologetic about it. Like, okay, Ann, you're upset. Good for you. Thank you for being a fan. I honestly feel you're unapologetic. One reason you're unapologetic, and something just said this to me because I'm holding this 10 of Wands, is because you know the work you put in to get to where you are. You know the work you put in to get to where you are. But yeah, the World card is at the heart of the matter. So this is just another confirmation of a leadership role, about ascension, about having balance. Now, the card that went the other direction is the King of Cups. This is specifically Scorpio energy. Some of you could be a Scorpio, have it in your chart, or be dealing with the Scorpio, or they have Scorpio in their chart. Or they could be a water sign, because this is water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. With this, one thing about the King of Cups is that the King of Cups is cool. King of Cups is very unbothered. Now, the King of Cups has emotion, but you'll never see it. They might let you in a little bit just to show empathy in a situation, to maybe soothe something that might be a little bit brittle. However, the King of Cups isn't about wearing his heart on his sleeve. The King of Cups is about showing empathy, but still remaining level-headed in emotional matters. And I feel for some of you as leaders, you may have learned that you need to keep a cool head so you can prevail. I also feel that this energy right here with the 5 of Wands and the King of Cups, you're not bothered with it. Maybe because water can extinguish fire. So for all the conflicts around you, it's just like, you can't burn me. I'm water. So you're going to, and also something just said to me, you will no longer be feeding into the backbiting and the negative energy. Where there may have been a time that you addressed certain things, now You just won't. There may be situations where you might do it if it benefits you, and I feel like that's going to be the other thing too. One of the questions that you will ask yourself throughout your journey going forward, your new journey, because don't forget, the world is the end of a cycle. And I mentioned this recently in one of my other readings. There's 22 major arcanas, starting at 0 with the Fool and ending at 21 with the World. And with the World, that means the lesson, everything that you've been through, from the Fool going up to the World, from the Fool to the Magician, to the Empress, to the Emperor, to the Hierophant, to the, I'm having a moment, to the Lovers, to the Chariot, to the Strength, to the Hermit, to Justice, to the Hangman, to the Wheel of Fortune, to the Death card, to Temperance, to the Devil card, to the Tower, to the Star, to the Moon, to the Sun, to Judgment, to the World. All of these things that you're going through, all of these energies, that World card, this card is saying you've been through the lesson. And it isn't just one, because this card comes out during many readings. There's so many lessons that you're learning through life. This is one of them that you've learned, or either maybe it's a combination of a few, but there's other lessons that are still being learned outside of what we're talking about now. But everything related to this leadership role that we're talking about, everything related to you taking control of your life, this energy is saying that the things you've been through, you've learned from them, and now you get to graduate. Some of you might be literally graduating. That's what this is saying. And for you in this position now that you're in, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to acknowledge everything. Some things I'll let them live in whatever world they're living in. Let them fight amongst themselves. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Swords. So another 10, which again is about the ending of a cycle. The lesson has been learned, and also you're ready. Okay, something's telling me to check under the 10 of Swords. Yeah, King of Pentacles. And under that is the 9 of Wands, Wounded Warrior. So King of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you are going to be very organized with your money. When it comes to your money, you're going to be like the Jade Emperor. You watch it every penny. If anything is a penny off, you asking questions. So yeah, but with the 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and then the 10 of Wands at the heart of the matter, this is telling me the lesson was definitely learned. You have 2 10s. 10 plus 10 equals judgment for me. And the judgment is that you're ready. That's what it is. I'm debating now whether I want to title this, You Don't Want to Go to War with the Soldier, or the judgment is that you are ready. I guess we'll see. All right, so that is your collective message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.